Welcome to Binge Guide, your shortcut to finding, well, your next show. Today, we're diving deep into a film that's already generating a ton of buzz. One battle after another.
This feels like a significant cinematic event in the making, bringing together two really distinct and powerful creative forces.
Absolutely. We're talking about Paul Thomas Anderson, the director behind films that just stick with you like There Will Be Blood and Licorice Pizza. And for the first time, he's collaborating with Academy Award winner Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a pairing many have been, hoping for.
Indeed. Anderson is known for his very personal and distinctive filmmaking, his auteur style, if you will, and DiCaprio, well, at this point in his career, seems increasingly drawn to working with directors who have such a strong vision.
Yeah.
The fact that he reportedly sought out this collaboration with Anderson for nearly 2 decades really underscores that mutual respect.
What specific aspects of Anderson's work do you think might appeal to DiCaprio now? That's a great question. Maybe it's the depth of character he creates. Even amidst these sprawling, almost chaotic narratives, DiCaprio has certainly tackled complex roles, but Anderson, well, he pushes actors in really interesting ways. We've gathered a stack of information for you today, everything from early trailers to some intriguing details that emerged from CinemaCon. Our mission is to give you a clear, spoiler-free sense of what one battle after another might offer as your next must-see.
Okay.
So let's unpack this and see if it lives up to the hype.
Let's start with the basics.
Yeah.
The title itself, One Battle After Another, definitely suggests a film with a relentless energy, and it's slated to hit theaters on September 26, 2025.
Right.
Interestingly, the initial release was planned for August, which makes this September date feel deliberate, potentially with an eye on awards season.
Yeah, that timing shift.
Plus, we know it's going to be a visually immersive experience filmed in IMAX and VistaVision formats.
That September shift definitely raises an eyebrow in the awards conversation. And Anderson's commitment to film formats like VistaVision is always exciting. It speaks to a real dedication to the visual storytelling. Now, about that director-star collaboration, it's not just a big names thing, is it? The combination of Anderson's independent spirit and DiCaprio's mainstream appeal feels particularly noteworthy.
Precisely. For someone of DiCaprio's stature to actively pursue a collaboration with a director known for his artistic vision and often unconventional approaches suggests, well, a desire to engage with a different kind of filmmaking.
Right.
It sets a certain expectation that this won't be just another action thriller. There's likely going to be a strong artistic core.
It feels like a deliberate move from both of them, which makes the source material rumors even more compelling. Word is One Battle After Another might draw inspiration from Thomas Pynchon's 1990 novel, Vineland.
Now, for those familiar with the Pynchon, this immediately adds a layer of complexity and intrigue. Anderson previously adapted Pynchon's Inherent Vice, so he's navigated that dense postmodern territory before.
He has, yeah.
Vineland is a sprawling book set in 1984 California, but it's deeply concerned with the legacies of the 1960s counterculture themes of memory, political resistance, and very personal forms of loss run throughout it.
And it seems the film might be taking some liberties with the timeline. While Vineland is anchored in the 80s with significant flashbacks, there's speculation that One Battle After Another could be bringing some of that to a more contemporary setting, though those echoes of the 60s and 80s might still surface. Given Anderson's previous experience with Pynchon, how do you think this adaptation might differ from Inherent Vice?
That's a key question. Inherent Vice maintained a kind of hazy, dreamlike quality, reflecting the protagonist's altered state. Vineland, while also complex, has a different kind of energy, a more overt political undercurrent. It will be fascinating to see if Anderson leans into that more direct engagement with societal themes in this film, especially if the timeline is shifted.
Definitely something to watch for. Now, the trailers and early descriptions paint a picture of a film that's hard to pin down genre-wise. We're seeing hints of dark comedy mixed with some intense action sequences, car chases, gunfights.
Right. The CinemaCon buzz really emphasized this frenzied thriller full of action with a good measure of black humor. But it's also interesting that some reports mention elements of family drama and a psychological tension simmering beneath all the action. It suggests a blend of tones that could be really effective, keeping us off balance.
It sounds like the kind of film that keeps you guessing. Let's break down some of those teaser moments. The initial glimpse is so striking. DiCaprio coolly sipping a drink amidst chaos while Teyana Taylor, visibly pregnant, is armed and ready. That immediately sets a tone, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
A world where the unexpected is just part of the everyday.
Absolutely. That image of normalcy juxtaposed with extreme violence is very arresting. And the question that follows, what are you to do about this baby, immediately introduces a central, very personal stake within this chaotic world.
Yeah.
It's not just about the battles. It's about what those battles mean for this family.
And the layers continue. We then see flashes of their daughter years later wielding a weapon herself, echoing her mother's stance. That visual callback speaks volumes about the environment she's grown up in.
Exactly. It suggests a cycle, a legacy of survival perhaps, and raises questions about the choices these characters have made and the impact on their child. The voiceover, just when you think you got a handle on things, really reinforces this sense of ongoing struggle and the impossibility of truly escaping the past.
Later trailers offer more narrative threads. We see an older DiCaprio with a goatee and some intense situations, including a disturbing moment with Sean Penn dragging a young woman. And we get some actual dialogue where DiCaprio's character identifies himself as Bob Ferguson and mentions a past affiliation with a group called the French 75, all while trying to remember a crucial password and expressing a desperate need to find his daughter.
Okay.
That French 75 detail?
Mm-hmm.
Does that ring any Vineland bells?
It very well could be a nod to the People's Republic of Rock and Roll in Vineland, which is a significant countercultural group. It would fit with the theme of past activism resurfacing. And the password amnesia adds a classic thriller element, making DiCaprio's character vulnerable and giving him a clear objective: find his daughter.
Which aligns perfectly with the official plot synopsis. It tells us about a group of ex-revolutionaries, including DiCaprio's Bob Ferguson, who have to come back together to rescue his daughter from an enemy who's resurfaced after 16 years.
Yeah.
It feels very much in line with that idea of a past catching up to the present.
Yes, the theme of confronting the consequences of past actions is a powerful one that resonates strongly in both Anderson's and, from what I know, Pynchon's work. This 16-year gap introduces a significant element of mystery. What's happened in that time? Why is this old enemy coming back now? It creates immediate narrative tension.
Now let's talk about the incredible ensemble cast that's been assembled. Alongside DiCaprio, we have Benicio del Toro, who's described as DiCaprio's sensei. That hints at a fascinating dynamic.
Interesting.
Then there's Sean Penn, seemingly in a very intense role, possibly as a white supremacist leader. We also have Regina Hall, Teyana Taylor, Alana Haim, Wood Harris, and Chase Infinity playing the now-grown daughter. It's a really impressive lineup.
Yeah, that's quite a list.
How might an actor like Del Toro as a sensei influence DiCaprio's character?
That mentor-mentee relationship could be central to Bob Ferguson's journey, perhaps guiding him or providing him with skills necessary to face this resurfaced threat. Del Toro has a gravitas that suggests a significant role, and Penn's presence as a potential antagonist raises the stakes and suggests a clash of ideologies. Teyana Taylor's character, described as being in survival mode and misunderstood, sounds particularly compelling, someone who's likely had to make difficult choices.
It's a cast that really suggests a multi-layered story with complex character interactions, and the sheer scale of the production seems significant. One battle after another is reportedly Anderson's most expensive film to date, with a budget somewhere between $100 million and $140 million. That's a big jump for him.
Wow. Yeah.
What does a budget like that suggest about the kind of film we can expect?
That level of investment certainly points to a film with a broader scope and higher production value, which aligns with the action sequences we've seen hinted at. It indicates that Warner Bros. Has a lot of confidence in this project and is positioning it as a major release. The filming locations across California, including specific sites like the historic San Juan Bautista State Historic Park and reportedly some scenes in Texas, add a real sense of place. And Anderson's continued use of 35mm VistaVision cameras promises a specific, very intentional visual style.
The San Juan Bautista connection is fascinating. Using locations like the Plaza Hotel and the Zanetta House adds a layer of historical texture. Now, with this level of talent and investment, it's no surprise that there's already Oscar buzz surrounding the film.
Naturally.
The September release date certainly reinforces that idea, suggesting a potential premiere at one of the major fall film festivals leading into the 2026 awards season. Given Anderson's past recognition and DiCaprio's awards history, do you think this film has a strong chance?
The strategic release date is definitely a strong indicator of awards ambitions. While Anderson's films aren't always traditional awards contenders, his work is consistently critically acclaimed, and pairing him with DiCaprio, who has a proven track record, makes this a very compelling prospect for the upcoming season.
Finally, let's touch on a couple of those intriguing details that have surfaced. Some viewers noticed DiCaprio might be wearing Sega 3D glasses in the trailer, a fun little visual.
Oh, right.
That could be a nod to the 80s setting of Vineland, or maybe even just a quirky visual motif. And the score is by Johnny Greenwood, Anderson's longtime collaborator, featuring a really distinctive, pulsing electronic piano in the trailers.
Yeah, I noticed that.
How might Greenwood's score contribute to the overall feel of the film?
Those kinds of specific details are often very deliberate in Anderson's films. The Sega glasses could be a subtle way of hinting at the temporal setting, even if the main story is contemporary. And Greenwood's scores are always so integral to the mood and atmosphere. An electronic piano sound suggests a potentially more modern or perhaps even unsettling feel compared to some of his more orchestral work.
Interesting point.
It's also worth noting that this was the last film of first assistant director Adam Somner, which adds a poignant layer to its release.
Yeah, that's important to remember. So, bringing it all together for you, our listener, one battle after another, looks like it has the potential to be a truly compelling cinematic experience. It's a blend of high-stakes action, dark humor, and what seems to be a deeply personal story about family and the consequences of the past,
Right.
all guided by the distinct vision of Paul Thomas Anderson and anchored by a powerful performance from Leonardo DiCaprio, along with a fantastic supporting cast. If you're looking for a film that might offer more than just surface-level entertainment, this certainly seems to fit the bill as your next show.
Absolutely. The potential connection to Thomas Pynchon's intricate work suggests a film with layers of meaning and perhaps a non-linear approach to storytelling, which could be incredibly rewarding for those who enjoy a more challenging and thought-provoking cinematic experience.
Definitely.
Warner Bros.' significant investment and strategic release clearly indicate they believe this is something special.
The initial glimpses we've had have definitely sparked a lot of excitement. Will One Battle After Another be the next show you absolutely need to see? Based on everything we've discussed, it certainly has all the hallmarks of a film that will be memorable and widely talked about.
Seems likely.
Keep an eye out for the full trailer, expected soon, which will undoubtedly give us even more to unpack. Until then, this has been your deep dive into One Battle After Another, right here on Binge Guide, the next show.